Salam alaikum, alaikum salam, and Samilo Hakutare. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. Another day, another dollar, making the donuts like always. I'm in here real quick, want to speak about a topic that we don't hear very much. And it's not because it's not important, because it is, but it's just something that's kept more, in the back door and in a sense. And the topic has to do with, if, let's say I'm a Tata and I'm having problems with another spiritual priest of whatever Afro-Cuban tradition or any other tradition, and the other party is doing witchcraft, is throwing bilongo, is doing things to me to affect me, okay? In that sense, whether it be spiritually or physically, trying to harm me in a way. The question comes, if I'm the priest of the house, right? And I have godchildren, female and male, either or, because they're doing spiritual works to me, would my godchildren be affected? That's where the question lies at. And for my knowledge and my understanding is, yes, they could be affected. There's a great possibility that anything that's being done to me to harm me spiritually or physically using magic, in other words, we're going to call it magic, could affect my godchildren. So me as a, let's say, priest of the tradition, I have to let my godchildren be aware of the situation and make sure that my godchildren are protected. Yes, we understand that once a godchild gets in Kimba, gets initiated in your house, they do have some protection or some type of protection from the house, or let's say from the Nganga. And at the same time, they have also protections that are made for their use, for they could wear and have. But as a priest, it's my duty to recognize and be aware that my godchildren could be affected by whatever somebody's trying to do to me, because they are an extension of me. You understand? They're considered an extension of me, an extension of the house. So when you as a religious practitioner, or if you want to call it religious, or a custom practitioner, or a tradition practitioner, Afro-Cuban tradition practitioner, you have to be aware of these things. That's why I always say to try to look for a good house. Try to look for a good Tata, a good Yaya. Try to look for a house where there's good brothers and sisters, where there's less commotion, less gossip, less headaches, in other words. Because if we are in a house where our leader is constantly in battle, then it's like we are constantly in battle. We're going to get residual of whatever they are trying to do to our leader, our priest, our padrino, our madrina. I don't say madrina enough here, you understand? But our madrinas also. They are in gangoleras, they have their own receptacles and have, their godchildren and goddaughters and godsons. We have to remember that we will get some of that residual. So in order for us to combat that, our Tata, number one, will let us know. Two, we'll wear the protections or have whatever protection that we have this that we're supposed to have. And we'll be in a, not a constant, but more aware of cleaning ourselves from any negative issue or activity or presence that's on us because of that situation with our elder. You have to remember that, just like I always say, there's good and there's negative, there's balance, there is balance, there's positive polarity, negative polarity. Your Tata or your Yaya, your madrina or your padrino doesn't have to be the one that did anything bad to anybody. But because the world is so crazy and so wicked, people could just want to do something because they just don't like them or like her, or don't like how they live, or don't like the success that they have, or the happiness and joy that they have with their family, always smiling, happy, no head. People are just out here have totally different types of mindsets of all, races. This is just not a one race thing. This is everybody. It's totality. So be aware that you are, possible for you is that you will get some of the residual negativity. So you always want to make sure you always are cleaning yourself. I would say every week, every 2 weeks, clean yourself, spiritually. Or your Tata would clean you also spiritually. He would do his thing to placate, to change that sign or whatever it's put upon him that's kind of residualing over the godchildren. That's something that happens, and it's very true, and a lot of people don't speak about it. I don't know why I really don't know why. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want. I understand that, and when I say a lot of people, I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying that there's a lot of houses, let's say on social media, that don't speak about these things because in some way or some form, people might try to get the wrong understanding. They might get scared or afraid or something. But it's like everything in life. If your father has a problem with a gentleman, you understand? And that gentleman starts cussing at your father or whatever, and your father, he's just, waving him down like, all right, no problem. Okay, go ahead, you go ahead, because he don't want to have no problem. Because he knows that if he gets into a fight with the guy, he has to watch for his family also that live there. You understand? So he's just not thinking about himself. He's thinking about his family, about you guys, the children, the wife. So it's, if he's a person of intellect, he's going to try to de-escalate and make situations good, not because he's scared, not because he's not a man, not because he's a fool, or a dummy. No, he's intelligent. Because he knows, he knows as a man, he knows his responsibilities. And people sometimes mistake that by a person being a coward, and they're very mistaken, but that's another, I just wanted to put that in there just to show you. So, always be aware, of things like that, and just keep yourself clean. And your Tata, most of the time, no, absolutely would. They even check. A lot of Tatas even check every week or every 2 weeks or every 21 days. They would do a reading on themselves, and then they'll do a reading for their godchildren and check to see if there's anything that they could do to make things, work out better for their godchildren, or if there's something in the way that's preventing something from happening, or to prevent the situation. A lot of godfathers and tatas do that. You might not know, but deep inside, a lot of them do that for you. You understand? And you don't know he's doing that for you. but he's your godfather, so he looks at you like you are his responsibility, because in all true reality, when it comes to the tradition, we are for each other. You understand? That's what makes us a whole, makes us one. You know? One stick is weak. Multiple sticks is hard to break. You know, so that's how it is, guys. I just wanted to come in this morning here, or this afternoon, give you a little something, give you something to think about, something to reminisce, and just, you know, have that behind your mind, and you know, things like that do happen, and you know, it's just part of life, part of the tradition, and part of what goes on the everyday, you know, every day. You know, that's why, you know, like I said, it's better for you guys to find a place that doesn't have these issues. Not saying that it will never happen, but you want to find a place that is not, when I say place, I'm needing an Enzo, a house, a Tata, a Yaya, brothers and sisters, a community where the people are smooth sailing. People are kind to one another. I'm not saying they're perfect, but I'm saying that they try to live the tradition the best that they can, you know? And that prevents the brethren and sisters to live more peaceful. Things work out better in the community. Things flow real nice and smooth. And then stuff is gonna come up, but like brothers and sisters, everything is working out. You know, we can work things out and placate the problem. Salam alaikum, malaikum salam. I pray that power that be blesses you guys, blesses your families, blesses your children, and hope to see you soon again. Thinking about maybe a video I might put out. I don't know. Let's see what happens. God bless.